breaking down. Come on, feel the rhythm. Ooh. When the shadows lurk, you're my guiding star. Cutting through the darkness, no matter how far. Side by side, what we face, we embrace. Soul to soul, intertwined in our space. Fight the fears that come at night. Half-life sisters in the light, we unite. We're the sirens, in the silence we roar. Bound by blood that's thicker than war. In the chaos, we find peace, we're the storm. Half-life sisters, fearless, we're reborn. United pulses in the cosmic fray, holding back the night, turning skies to day.
Hello there.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what side of the world you're in. Welcome to Talk and Play. HalfLifeSistah is back. You have officially entered into the shortest Chit-Chat Vibe Session of the week. I have with me today my sidekick, my assistant, and my co-host, Sistah. Please say hello to our people, baby.
Well, hello, people, and hello, Chaotic.
Hi, Chaotic.
Good morning, peoples.
Hi, baby. Thank you all so much for being patient. We made it, though. We're here. I see we have Jono. I thought I saw Jono earlier. Chris is there, I think. And Miss Luna is here. Hi, babies. It's a rough start today, but we have finally got everything situated enough for me to stream today. Not perfect, but, you know. How do I look in my new studio, guys? The lighting, everything looks okay. Does it look the same?
Hey, if you wouldn't have told me, I wouldn't have known.
Yep.
Really? Okay. Great. Oh boy. Man, it's going to be a short chit-chat session. You have a hot topic for us to talk about?
Yes.
Man, I could have streamed on Wednesday, but I was so emotionally drained. I needed to lean on Sistah because I called him. I think I called you really late, like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. I was having a moment, Chaotic. So I realized during this whole moving process in my studio having to get set up again in a new spot, in a smaller space, I've always been this way. I've known this about myself, but I just realized that it's actually a condition. Basically, I don't like when things change. You know, I like for my things to be exactly how it is every single day and not have to change it. And so when Wolf was putting together my new studio here, there were certain things that were so minor, but I had like almost a nervous breakdown. I started crying profusely. I called Sistah, and I'm like, I think that something's wrong with me because I'm realizing that if things are not exactly how I want it to be in my space, I don't like things to change at all. If it does, I just have like a fit. So I looked it up, you know, I looked up like what I actually Googled was, what is the condition when people don't like their environment to change or their workspace to change, stuff like that. And it literally came up with generalized anxiety disorder. And everything it said there was literally me except one thing. But I'm like, oh my gosh, it has to be that because it's that serious for me. I need things to be exactly how I like things to be. So I was just emotionally drained. I'm like, I can't stream today. It's just too much for me. It's too much. But we finally moved everything yesterday and I'm in a better space. He got things, you know, the way I wanted it and how I needed it. And like Sistah was saying, you know, he's going to do whatever it takes to make me happy. And he did. And yeah, so here I am today, guys. And that's my chit chat for today.
Good.
Hi, Smug. I see you, baby. Hi. Where my girls at, though? Where they at? Oh, my gosh. They probably thought I wasn't streaming today.
I'm kind of confused.
What happened?
Just to give you a heads up, let me see really quickly. Yes, Miss Luna requested a song, so you might want to get more information on it because the song is 59 minutes long.
Oh.
It's the entire concert.
Okay. Hold on. Usually when they send a link like that, it will
Just to make sure.
yeah, it will start on the point it said to start, and then I have to usually tell you when to
they've
stop
got
it.
it they've got it starting at 14 minutes something.
Okay,
So I'm guessing it's
good.
like one song out of it.
I thought so. Okay, great. And he says, give you all the love. Okay, thank you, Miss Luna. All right. Okay. So, right, it's not
Oh, the
saying.
song is over when the vocalist says "Danke."
Okay.
It's German for thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, great. Awesome. And I see that chaotic Sartorfo came through. He's got 4 plus maybe 2 requests for us today. Oh my gosh. I'm excited, chaotic. What you got for me today? Come on. Give me a hint. Give me one of them. A hint.
I don't think you've seen this one before. It's very interesting.
Really?
You'll see. It's a little bit different to. It's one of my different ones I like throwing at you every so often.
Okay. I'm excited. Thank you. All right. And Disciple's in the house. Hi, Disciple. Guys, bear with me. It's going to take a little time for me to, melt into the evening. This is still it feels very new. This is very, very odd being in a completely different house. It's weird, so give me a little bit to catch up to where I'm supposed to be at, okay? Oh, it's a lot. But I'm in my new studio now, Disciple. Oh, hi, Liz. How are you, baby? I missed the roll on Wednesday. I didn't stream on Wednesday. You didn't miss anything. And if you're ready to do your hot topic, sir, you are. This is the perfect moment.
Oh, me? Okay, here we go. Here goes nothing. Here goes my reading, okay? No judgment. Oh, y'all can shut up. I read the
Ouch.
best I can.
I'm already judging you. Trust.
I know, right? Okay, first off, yesterday was a funeral. Former Iron Maiden singer Paul Di'Anno was laid to rest earlier today, which was yesterday, Thursday, November 11th,
From
at the
where?
city of London.
Maybe. I'm sorry. From which band?
Iron Maiden.
Maiden.
He was the original lead singer, the first lead singer
Okay.
of Iron Maiden.
Okay.
He was laid to rest on November 21st outside of London, Major East. His real name was Paul Andrew, and he passed away, as some might know, on October 21st in his home in Salisbury at age 66. They have finally given the actual cause of death. Apparently, he had a tear in one of the ventricles of his heart, which caused his heart to stop.
Ooh.
So the statement was, "Dear fans and friends, we have received permission from Paul's family to bring you news of Paul's cause of death as a result of the autopsy that we have received." So basically, he had a tear in a sac around his heart. It was blood-filled inside, and the main aorta artery that has caused his heart to stop. Again, reminder just how fragile human beings are, right?
Yeah.
Accompanying, so he was the original lead singer of Iron Maiden in the very beginning, and he continued to do his concerts and his tours. And the reason I bring this part up is just the sheer tenacity and the willpower of this guy. He did over 100 shows since 2023, and a large majority of those were done in a wheelchair.
Really? I
He
was
was
going
actually in Australia earlier this year,
Okay.
but unfortunately, I think some of the health problems were starting to show themselves because there was actually a couple of negative reviews about them because he had no energy and a couple of other things.
I imagine he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
Oh my
so
goodness.
So for anybody that's out there and interested, his first career retrospective album, The Book of the Beast, was released in September 2024. It features highlights of his recordings since he has left Iron Maiden, because again, he had a pretty decent career after, good career, I should say. I mean, shit, people kept seeing him all the way up until now, and he was, in his 60s. So he has is a basically snapshot of his entire career as an album that just came out, and again, it's called The Book of the Beast.
Okay. Sounds very Iron Maiden. But
Well, yeah, the number of the beast, and then he just kind of renamed it The Book of the Beast.
Oh, yeah?
Sure, no pun
Right.
intended there.
Gotcha. So what's interesting, usually those, from my understanding, that type of a condition is the result of wear and tear. Like, it doesn't just come out of nowhere, either through, some years of alcoholism, something usually, maybe bad diet, something usually causes that, I think.
I'm looking it up really
Just
quick.
wondering,
I
like,
really
for
don't
that
know.
to a tear in the aorta?
Well,
That's
it says
crazy.
here that it says too that uncontrolled and poorly controlled, the lack of control of blood pressure. So
You're saying that that's what causes it?
that can be a cause of it.
Right.
So, if
There's usually
medication,
something.
if he's on blood thinners, if he's on anything else, because he also had problems with his legs.
Right, if he's
So
in a
if he
wheelchair
was
as
on
well.
medication, yeah. So if he was
Absolutely.
on blood thinners or anything else, it can a tear inside the cord or artery can cause a number of factors, from physical exhaustion. So I mean,
That's really sad.
it is. And again, the only reason is it's just so amazing how human beings became the dominant species on this planet, but we are so damn fragile.
Yeah, that is true. Well, I mean, I think any life, any type of life is fragile. I mean, when you think about it, about
An
how it can
alligator
be
loses
here.
his teeth and a new one pops up within a week. You cut a starfish in half and you end up with 2 starfish. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm talking
we
about
can-
life, living and dying. But I hear what you're saying. Oh, I get what you're saying. You mean as far as, yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, we are fragile when it comes to just exactly what can put us flat on our ass. And I just think it's just amazing now.
Well, in the aorta tear, that's kind of not a minor thing. It's not a big thing.
Well,
That's
yeah, but I'm saying in general,
Right. Gotcha. Well, thank you for that. I would like to. I'm curious to know how his music sounds, because I mean, that album sounds very Iron Maiden-ish, like I said. And I'm just curious if he was the original, since he was the original singer of the band, if if it sounds anything like, what's his name? Bruce Dickinson. That's his name, right?
Yes.
I'm wondering if he has that same edge as Bruce Dickinson. I didn't know that it was.
Chaotic would know. What do you think, Chaotic? Does he?
Sorry?
Does the old lead singer sound like Bruce Dickinson? Do they share the
No.
same vibe and the same energy?
Probably a little bit of the same vibe and energy, like it did carry through, but no, they're completely different types of singers.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You're here. I'm like, did she stop loving me? Damn. Hi, baby. But okay, I'm curious to know how he sounds. I may have to, look something up or something. There you
What
go.
did Chris say?
Didn't we do one of his? Like,
If we
Oh,
did,
Killers
I
and
had no idea if he was an Iron Maiden X. But that's sad, though. I mean, if he had fans, I imagine how they feel, and of course, his family. But nice of them to allow them to announce that. How you doing, Steph? She's lurking on her way to bed. Lurk on, baby.
That's a
Lurk
cool-
on.
That's such a good place to be.
It
Spend
really is, guys. Man, I spent a lot of time on my butt between moving back and forth. I'm like, don't ask me to do nothing. First thing in the morning, don't ask me to do nothing.
You know what sucks right now, though?
What's that?
I've been really, and my history. Since then, I've been really trying to keep my house up to a standard, right?
Yeah.
But now I got to crank that standard up to 120 because at any given point, somebody might want to come by and look at it. So
That
I'm
is
like,
very true. That
fucking
is very
cleaning
true.
up after myself. I'm like so
Right.
annoyed at this point. Just buy this shit already so
I
I can be a
know.
mess again.
I'm just thankful, guys. I don't know if I told you guys, but yes, the people that wanted to buy the house, they got the house, and they're closing on next Wednesday. So we have to be
Nice.
fully moved, all our big furniture and everything fully moved before that day. So we're very happy, because that means the mortgage company will not be going after us for any extra monies. We're very, very happy. And if I can be
It's
very
a pretty quick turnaround.
I know. That's what Wolf was saying. He's been doing this for almost 30 years, and he says it's never been that fast. So the mortgage person was in the limit. They were snippity snap that. Really, that's really fast. So we're very, very happy. And they did the
How about if they want to buy another one, like a little Airbnb out here in the desert? I'm available. They can have mine. Thank you.
and And did I tell you guys that one of the things that I've been doing to cope with the whole presidential situation is getting to know people a little better, and asking questions, and you know what I'm saying. And I think I told you guys that they are the first people that I had spoken about. Did I mention that to you guys? My first experiment was with them, the buyers and their realtor. Well,
No.
yeah, their realtor is an Hispanic guy. Of course, he's voted for Trump, right? Let me stop.
course.
But 9.5 out of 10 times they're gonna vote for Trump, because they're Republican, very conservative. But she and her family, they're Haitians, and they voted for Trump, all of them, and I didn't learn anything other than
You can.
I didn't learn anything other than, and this is no disrespect really, but kind of sort of, a lot of people are just not very bright, and they don't really pay attention, and they don't really do actual research. Because
it's funny that,
go ahead.
Sorry, it's funny that like you're saying, these people voted for this particular person, and it's funny that people who didn't vote are now saying, "Oh well, I hope what you voted in happens to you." Like basically, I hope what you voted for happens.
Yeah,
And-
exactly. And it's happening.
And some of these other people turn around and go on, oh no, that's what we can't say that. It's like, well, hang on, you voted for that.
Yeah.
Now have the consequences of that.
Yeah. And they don't believe that he's actually going to do the things that he literally said he's going to do. And then he's like, well, they voted for it. They clearly agree with me. So therefore, I'm going to proceed with the things that I've been talking about the past 9 years. Like, what? Oh boy.
A long time ago, he had an interview, and it was like in the 90s. And the interviewer asked him, would you ever consider running for political office? And his answer was yes. If I would, however, it would be a Republican. Republicans are dumb and gullible and will fall for just about anything you tell them.
Wow.
And that's exactly what he did. And that's exactly what the verbiage was. And that reminds me of something you said the other day when I wasn't here for the stream. You said you didn't want to paint Trump supporters all with the same brush because you wouldn't want people of color to be all painted with the same brush.
Right, of course.
And I could honestly not disagree with you more, because you didn't choose to you come into this world with the color of your skin. You are a product of genetics of your family. Every Trump supporter, however, woke up on election day and decided to be a complete and utter uneducated moron. So you can't paint them all with the brush, because what they have done is by choice, being of color, black, brown, Asian, white, socioeconomic standard. That is not something you chose. That is something that you were born into. Now, what you do afterwards, that you can be judged on. So you chose to vote for a 32-time convicted felon with 92 felony charges, sexual predator, blah, 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 and the list goes on and on.
Right.
You made a choice. I can hold you liable for choices, and I can judge you based on your choices. I cannot judge you on how you were born.
Well, no, so that's not what I'm talking about. So people when I say, to not judge every black person as the same person, I'm speaking with respect to the idea of who black people are. They think that a lot of us are ignorant, uneducated, criminals. I'm talking about that because there are actions that have happened by black people, just like anybody else. But I mean, just specifically regarding black people, that the narrative has been painted that we're ignorant, we're uneducated, we're violent, and we're criminals. Talking about in that perspective. You follow me? So it's not about being black necessarily. It's about the idea of who we are. And so I felt that it wasn't fair for me to put every Trump supporter or MAGA person, I would say. I wouldn't even say MAGA, I would say Trump supporter in the same pocket of the idea of a person that I think that they are. Because I've grown to understand that is not always the case. They're not always racist. They're not always biased to or leaning to or adjacent or biased to the ideas of white supremacy and stuff like that, I've learned that I've just quickly learned that that's not the case. And therefore I should be more open to learning and understanding people a little better than to just cast them all out as bad. You know what I'm saying? And so what I presented earlier is the fact that I spoke to the buyers and the realtor. and they all had their reasons for voting for him. Didn't make sense to me, but in their minds, it made sense. And so it's a matter of people not understanding why they're voting for a person and not reading and understanding what they're hearing, right? And not knowing how to research information for themselves and not just basing their opinion off of face value, but looking at it a little deeper, right? And that's what I've learned. They didn't know what the heck tariffs were, okay? And I pointed that out, and they were saying basically, oh, that's not going to affect us. I'm like, that's the thing, it is. So people their basic fundamentals of what it takes to vote for someone that they didn't even understand, but they were going with the flow of their whatever, the people that they knew and believed in, and they didn't get information for themselves. They didn't know what terrorists were. They thought that terrorists was something that's going to be against the Chinese people and not us. No, they didn't. They don't believe that Trump is speaking about deporting people. Like, his mass deportation is not just for people, the criminals, like they were telling me. I'm like, no, it's also for the people that have been born here by way of their parents that were illegals at when they came. So they're not understanding all the little details of things. They're going off of basic information that the news outlets are projecting out there, which created the wrong narrative, and they're not looking at independent sources. You know what I'm saying? They're just going off of either Fox News or Newsmax or these local news stations that are biased and that are always trying to play both sides. So again, it's just not fair to put all of them in the same pocket, because they're not all the same. They're not a monolith. So that's what I meant by that. No, I can't change the color of my skin, but and of course, this is about actions.
They may not all be racist, but they all voted for a president-elect that is endorsed by the KKK.
Of course, but again, they're thinking of, they have different perspectives on why they voted. The Haitian woman, she says she voted for him because she feels that he'll be good for the economy. She believes that when he was president, the economy got better, not understanding that what he walked into was a better economy already, because Biden administration did that. So they're not really fully educated. They don't really know. And that's the thing, you have to, if you're dealing with people that are not educated on certain things, even basic things, it's not fair to just say that, they just don't care, or they're just bad. They just lack the knowledge and the ambition to learn more. Because if you're used to just learning basic crap from the news outlets, you're going to trust the basic things that you're presented without thinking that you have to dig a little deeper. But I guarantee you now, a lot of people are looking at things a little deeper now, because the night of election, people were chaotic. Listen to me, baby. People were the highest Googled thing. You guys probably have heard this. The night of the election.
How do I change my vote?
Yeah, how to change your vote. Guys, you can't make this up. This is letting you know. This is letting you know there's so many people that are so ill-informed and uneducated. Like, it's the truth. These are people that voted for Trump for the most part. It was that. How do you change your vote? Did President Biden run again? Some shit. You gotta be kidding me. What are tariffs? You guys waited to the night of election to ask, to find out what are tariffs? It's wild. So these are uneducated people that are misinformed and ill-advised, and they are being led by a person that is just not good. But
he said in his thing that he likes his followers to be uneducated so they don't look stuff up. He said that in an actual Trump rally that he held. He likes them
so
dumb and
honest.
uneducated.
It's horrible, guy.
And he's proving that through his actions too. Through the last however many Republican administrations you've had, education has been slowly being gutted. And with the new person in charge, the Department of Government Overspending or whatever, education is going to basically be defunded from a federal level.
Yeah.
They're talking about pushing it back to the states.
Yeah.
And do you know the person he has put in charge, or is planning to put in charge of the education department?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Linda McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
Linda McMahon is the wife or former wife of Vince McMahon, the head of the WWE.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's wild. It's wild. And Gates,
The other guy pulled out.
he pulled out, thankfully. Now someone possibly that is qualified and that's partly halfway decent can get the job. But again, it's who Trump wants. He's chosen all spineless, no backbone people that are just not good people, in my opinion, or able to do the job. It's the weirdest thing. It's just, it's horrible. It's like he's making a mockery out of the guy. He's doing whatever he wants. It's crazy. And he's gonna
following a very good playbook, by the way, that actually worked. He's following Hitler's playbook.
Yeah, Hitler.
by
Yeah,
the-
absolutely.
Because at the night of the long knives, Hitler went out and assassinated all of his opponents, then surrounded himself with nothing but felons, convicted rapists, and murderers, because he knew they would do his bidding without asking any questions.
Yeah.
Now, granted, and this man is doing exactly the same thing. He was about to have a child predator as a secretary, so that's the reason he pulled out, because they were going to start digging into him, and he didn't want to have to go to jail.
Well, it wouldn't matter because Trump would what do you call it? Pardon him. So that wouldn't be a problem.
not for sex trafficking minors. I don't think
You
he has
can,
the
as a
authority.
president, you can pardon anybody you want. That's the crazy thing about being the most powerful man in the country, and he knows this. He will pardon him with no problem.
Yeah,
So-
apparently he wasn't so sure of that, because that's why he pulled out.
Well, he just didn't want them digging and putting his business all in Front Street.
Mhm.
They're horrible people. They really are. But people they fucked around and they're about to find out. And they're already finding out that it's no joke. There was a guy that lived I think he was in Miami, in South Florida, I think all of his life. He finally retired, guys. And guess what happened? He learned that even though he was retired, I just forgot exactly the premise of it. Basically, he did not qualify to receive his retirement funds for, I think, look it up, Sator, for somebody, because it's something like that. But I'm like, wow, he's got to go back to work, guys. It's already starting.
There's also reports of businesses taking away Christmas bonuses from their employees because they need that money to buy stock before these tariffs come in.
Yeah, no more bonuses, guys. No more. He's going to undo. They call it Obamacare because Obama's the one that implemented it. But it's called what is it called? The
Affordable Care Act.
There you go, baby. Affordable Care Act. He's undoing that.
You want to know how stupid the Republicans are?
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
A lot of the voters for Trump says, please overturn Obama Act. Just don't mess with the Affordable Health Care Act because I'm using it.
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. But yeah, they don't understand it. It's a play on words, and then he used that to manipulate the people that are watching and that are following him. But yeah, the Affordable Care Act is Obamacare. He just gave it the Obamacare and to add a negative connotation to it because people are not very bright, unfortunately.
Chris is asking what the hell is a bonus? A bonus is something that a decent employer pays out to employees every so often because they've made good profit and they want to keep their employees, basically.
My son gets lots of those. I'm so jealous.
Thank you so much.
Just to give you your answer, it's a 66-year-old man in Florida gearing up for retirement was stunned to discover that he's not a citizen, a U.S. citizen, when he applied for Social Security payments. Despite having lived in America since he was a toddler and voting in numerous federal elections over the last 6 decades, Jimmy Class, he had expected to receive a letter from the Social Security Administration in 2020 telling him he could decades of work, but instead was informed that his account was frozen because he's not a U.S. citizen.
Yeah. And he voted for Trump. Oof.
Get what? No, maybe that is karma.
Oh, absolutely. Chris says independent sources are biased. You can't get truthful fact finding today. That's not true, actually. No, there are people that have lots of integrity, and you can sift the ones out. And the very few that I actually follow are very, very respectful, and they're very honest. Like they don't just tell you one side; they tell you both sides. And those are the people that I like, that I feel that I like watching, and I respect more, because they'll talk about the Democrats and the Republicans, and they'll tell you the good on both sides. You know what I'm saying? They don't play sides, basically. So those are the people that you need to watch.
Or foreign news agencies. When I used to have to watch stuff about the Iraq war because I was in the middle of it.
Yeah, foreign agencies are always very much about giving you the actual truth and not the fluffy stuff.
Because they don't have a dog in the fight. So I would be watching either Al Jazeera or BBC.
Yeah, again, baby, there are people that are honest, like, you know, like you and I, that will give you valid information. So, I mean, to say that you can't trust any independent sources, I think that's a bit of a reach. You know, you have to just know how to sift through the ones that are providing it. Like, I can't stand CNN. I can't. I don't watch CNN. I don't like MSNBC. Yeah, I've been very particular about the people that I like to watch both sides. I watch Fox News, I watch, you know, as well. But Fox News, I'm sorry, rarely do I ever hear them being very honest and just telling things as it is and not what they want you to believe.
You realize they're not news, right?
They're not news. But I mean, they actually are.
No, they're not. Their title doesn't even say that they're news. They are news entertainment. They're like WWE. So they're not actual news. They find shit to dress it up and make it more fancy for entertainment purposes. The secondary is the news part. The entertainment is primary. That's why they have the name in it. They are news entertainment.
You want to say something? Okay.
I was just going to say that there's actually legal precedent on that too. They were taken to court over something they reported as news, and then argued the point that they are not a news channel, they're an entertainment channel.
They do that for the protection of themselves. They do actually have an actual legitimate news show that comes on, and those people are not so stupid. They're not so just right. They actually give really good insight on things. But yes, I think they use that because they want to protect themselves. And that's smart. Chris, he's right. Cal Kalinske is, I think, one of the best, if not the best. But the reason why, and I love him and I respect him, but the reason why I don't like watching him a whole lot is because he's too honest. Like, sometimes I'm like, I didn't want to know that, sir. Give me things and bits and pieces of things that are gonna make me smile, not make me feel like, because when I watched him before the election, I'm like, it was like, just watch Kyle. I'm like, I tried watching him, but he's too honest. He's too honest about things, and I can't. But no, he's right. He is the best. He is one of the best. He really is. All right, so time is up.
Okay, so time is up. I wanted to have a quick word about, maybe lift the spirits a little bit.
Okay, great.
Is everyone aware of the streamer Kai Cenat, the young black gentleman?
No.
Coming out of nowhere for a few years ago. At the time, broke the record for most Twitch subscriptions. It was like 100 and something thousand subscriptions in a month.
A black guy?
Yeah.
Yes. Young black man. He did what he called a mafia-thon last year or something, and got himself up to something like 200,000 subscriptions. He's in the middle of a month at the moment, doing all of November, streaming from a mansion somewhere in LA.
Okay.
He's had people like John Cena on there, iCarly. I'm not real a fan of this person, but Chris Brown was on there. Oh, the other day, he actually had Zach Wilde.
Oh wait,
in his
you're talking about a short, dark-skinned guy with dreadlocks?
Yes.
I don't like him. He
you
has
don't have to
celebrities
like
on
him.
his channel.
He has had, but just overnight, he's for this particular subathon, just overnight, he has surpassed 500,000 subscriptions on Twitch
Okay.
in 1 month.
Okay. Congrats to him. Now, is that a part of something that we're gonna be?
No, it was just trying to sort of change the mood a little bit.
Oh, I'm supposed to be happy for him. Give me 10 of those subscriptions, sir. What the hell, man? You trying to set me into a deep dark space right now, there? Well, I've watched him. When I first heard of him, one of the YouTubers I watch covers a lot of different streamers and some of the toxic ones and blah blah blah, and that's how I learned of him. I'm like, he's not horrible, but I've seen things that he's done that just annoys the crap out of me. But he definitely has made a name for himself. A lot of celebrities, go on his show and, stuff like that. But it's just not my cup of tea. But good for him. Good for him. I honestly thought that I was surprised to learn that he was one of the highest or most popular, streamers on Twitch. I think it's Twitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised because I thought it was always Dr. Disrespect and Ninja. If he's still doing, I don't even know if he's still doing. I don't freaking know. But knowing that it was him, I'm like, oh wow, he's actually that popular that celebrities come on his channel. So that was cool. But then I saw a few videos. I'm like, this guy's an idiot. He's annoying me so much. But then I'm like, also, he's still young. They're really young, right?
Yeah, mid-20s, I think he is.
So good for him. Yeah, he's doing really well for himself.
Just to put a positive spin on that, 20% of all the money he's making this month is going towards a school he sponsors in Nigeria.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, you trying to make me like this guy? I don't dislike him, but I mean, yeah. But that's wonderful.
I have a neutral opinion of him. I just think, well done for getting your bag.
Yeah. What does he do exactly though?
Everything from setting off fireworks in his room to
plays games.
Yeah.
Oh, he plays games. Okay, so he just does whatever he wants, and people just watch it.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder what was the thing that got him that blew him up, or that started him really.
I don't know. He must have been doing something. He blew up about 2 years ago, maybe 3, and sort of popped out from nowhere and just exploded.
Good for him, and they're so young.
It's like his content's not something that I seek out or anything.
Right.
It's just obviously I'm aware of.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, he's a kid. He's a really young guy, and that's probably why. Because I don't watch kids. I mean, I don't watch young people do goofy stuff. And listen, I'm goofy. The hell? What am I talking about, guys? You guys watch me do stupid shit every week. Whatever. But that's wonderful, baby. Good for him. I aim to get 100 subscribers. 100 subscribers. Hit me up. I'll tell you what's really going on. What's the worst that would happen?
Putin deciding that if he gets bombed, he's going to use nukes. But
I don't know. This does not.
Yeah, I grew up through the 80s with the threat of nuclear war hanging over the head every single fucking day. So if it happens, it happens. Whatever.
Yeah, we can't do anything about it. And to think we have the weakest president of all times. The weakest. And some people think, oh, it's so great that he's befriending Putin. Hell no, it is not. He is not our friend. He's an enemy. Like, I get their idea that their logic is like, you keep your enemies closer, right? But he's not doing it right. If there was a such thing, he is not doing it right. He's sending things to them, him to covertly, during the pandemic, he sent him get masks and tests when we needed them. He's just doing everything wrong.
That's because he borrowed a whole lot of money from the Russians, the Arabs, and the Germans. And he has to be nice to them or they want their money back. And right now he's doing everything and anything he can to stall the fact that he has to repay them.
This man is the richest, probably the richest guy in the world. He's so rich.
No, he's
He
not.
could.
He is still broke. It's not even funny.
Okay.
He doesn't own it. He doesn't own the buildings. Otherwise, they couldn't take his name off it.
You Google
He's
how
not a
much he's
billion-
worth. Google his net worth, and that's what he's. Just Google it, and that's
I
just
don't
what
have
he
to-
is.
That's not the. Yeah, he's not as rich as he makes him out to be. Otherwise, he is so egotistical. He would have flaunted his tax returns
Sir
on any
Torfel,
given
you're
day.
you're talking from hate and angst, but the guy is
Okay.
loaded. He's one of the richest. Just Google his net worth, and that's what he is showing us. Not the stuff that he's not. The man is loaded, so he can probably pay them back, but he's just too greedy and too.
He doesn't have the
too
money to
selfish.
pay them back.
How do you know?
Because the German Deutsche Bank already said that they had to wait because he put him on hold while he was president because he didn't have enough funds to get it. Then they sold some of his properties, ended up selling some of his properties in order to pay the debts back. He leases out his name in order to make money, so they put his name on the side of Trump Tower, but he doesn't actually own the land that it's on. He only owns the building. So
You think he's sharing?
always-
He's not sharing everything with people because he's that
No,
smart.
he did the same shit in the 80s. He put himself on the Forbes list by using his dad's properties that he owned. They were never his, but he added them to his own in order to make the Forbes list. He's always hyped himself out to be way higher up than he really is. He's not broke, don't get me wrong, but he's not enough money to pay back all the people that he owes money to right now.
Wolf says Trump isn't weak in this respect. He's just stupid, but he will give Putin what he wants. This avoiding escalation. You mean thus avoiding escalation? Oh, Lord. And what's so annoying though, this new era of this wave of people that just want to cancel everybody and that just you have to either it's sad on both sides, it's sad on both sides. It's sad on both sides. Like I don't want any of them to die. I don't want any of them to be in this situation. It's terrible. But it's a cameo to scare people. You're not afraid of nuclear war? I'm terrified. Ooh, those nukes, can't they disperse into go very, very far, to the United States too? What?
Technically, yes. They have enough reach to hit every single point in the world.
All right, guys. This crazy sauce. And if anyone's on YouTube, I forgot. My YouTube chat is not working. So if you message me, there's somebody here on YouTube. But it's just not working over here for some reason, Wolf. I don't know why. But thankfully, we don't really.
I don't think you're
get
streaming
messages.
on YouTube.
Yeah, it says I'm streaming.
It's not your
Oh,
channel's
it's
not coming up. on my-
private. Wow, that's why. Wow, that's why I see the Bible. Oh my God, that is crazy. That's thank you. You fixed the problem. That's why, because it was private. Oh, because the stream from last Wednesday was all boogered up. I'm using your words, Torfel. I hate it. It's all boogered up. So I hid it. I
Right.
put it private. And so that's why. I reused the settings from that previous one. Damn, you're smart. You're sharp. Kid, you're real sharp. Sharper than a pencil. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream, guys. To those of you who are watching, join us over on Twitch because we'll be ending the stream here. And then after the break, we're gonna continue with our live reactions. And we have 4, maybe 6 from Chaotic, He hasn't given me the names yet. We have Enisferum Andromeda, requested by Gerard Smith.
Hemispherium.
Thanks a lot, Chaotic.
Sorry.
Enispherium. No, that's okay. I need help. That sounds really interesting. And Miss Luna, Mother's Fight. Miss Luna, I don't remember you knowing that band. I know that Jono introduced us to them. Is it okay? I'm excited. Mother's Finest. I want it. So we have those in the queue so far. All right. So join us. Say bye, guys.
See you guys in a bit.
See you in a bit.